Hey, I'm Jess, and today I'm going to be going through the steps of creating a cookie cutter in Onshape. Specifically, the cookie cutter that I'm going to be making will be in the shape of the Hendrix College warrior logo. So I'm going to bring in an image and then trace that. I'm going to do that by going to the little plus sign in the corner down here, hitting that, hitting import, and then I'm going to go find the image of the Hendrix warrior helmet that I already had saved to my computer. I'm going to click open, and I'll get this little notification up here when it's uploaded successfully. Great. Then I'm going to create a sketch by hitting the sketch icon in the corner. I'm going to select my plane. I'm going to do it on the front plane. And because I want to look straight ahead at that plane, I'm going to hit Control click because I have a touchpad and select View Normal to Sketch Plane. Once I'm there, I'm going to go to this icon in the toolbar. It could also look like this, and I'm going to click Insert Image. Since I've already uploaded the image of the logo into this document, it's right here, really easy for me to get to, and I'm just going to kind of plop it in here. Now I want to make it the correct size, so I'm going to go to this dimension tool right here, hit the points on either side, and this fun little dimension bar is going to pop up. And I want my cookie cutter to be 3 inches wide. Boom, now it's the right size. Phenomenal. I'm going to deselect the dimension tool, and then I'm going to put a point on this logo in the center. To do that, I'm going to select this point, find the midpoint of this side by just sliding along it until I see that little box, and then finding the midpoint of this side, doing the same thing, and then as I travel in, it'll kind of highlight when I get there to the center, put my point right there, deselect the point up top, then I'm going to go to this drop-down menu and hit concentric and line up these points, and then deselect that. Now my logo is positioned where I want it to be and the correct size. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to put points basically where I will be tracing it, and this will make steps later on a little bit easier. So I'm going to do that real quick by hitting this point and just going through. Once all those points are in place, I'm going to hit the check on this sketch and be done with it. And then I'm going to go ahead and make another sketch on the same plane and actually outline the shape by selecting this line, basically playing connect the dots. I'm only going to go around the outside because this is going to serve as the rim for the cookie cutter. Done with that. Then I'm going to hit extrude and select my shape. And I think that 1 inch is good. So I'm just going to hit the check. And now it has been extruded. But of course, that's not really going to help us with a cookie cutter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this shell thing right here. And I'm going to select this face and the back face. And it's going to shell it out for me. And I would like this shell thickness to be 2 millimeters thick. Beautiful. Done with that. I want it to be able to cut the cookie dough easily though, so I'm going to go hit this chamfer tool and chamfer the outer edge. Now I only want this one to be 1 millimeter, and then we'll go around the inside and do the same thing. Beautiful. And then chamfer number 2, I'm going to select this inside edge right there. It's mad at me because it thinks that I want it this big, but I don't. I want it to be 1 millimeter. So now it's happy. So I'm going to go around the inside and chamfer all those edges. Great. Now we're going to move on to the center part. So I'm going to do another sketch on the same plane and play connect the dot again, but this time with the inner shape. Fantastic. This is actually just going to imprint onto the cookies instead of slicing it, because these narrow spaces in here would get kind of complicated when we're dealing with cookie dough. So I'm just going to hit extrude and select this, but I don't want it to go as far down as the outer edge. So I'm going to make this 0.5 inches and hit the check. I'm going to do another sketch, also on this plane, and this time I am going to create what we want in the center by sketching it with this line. Perfect. Hit the check. And now I'm going to extrude the sketch we just made. And I want this to not even go as far as the other part of the center. So I'm going to make it 3/8 of an inch. Hit check. Now I'm going to hide this first sketch, and we see that we still need a back to this. So I'm going to go back here, hit sketch, hit the plane, view normal to it, and I'm going to draw some supports, but I want to be able to see the other sketches as a reference. Now the edges are in place, but I can still move these lines until I'm happy with where those are. Then we're going to make the cross support, so I'm going to select this line, and I think that it should line up with that centerpiece. Great, we're done with that sketch. We're going to extrude those back panels for a depth of 0.25 inches. Fantastic. Now I'm going to hide the sketches, and you can see our fantastic cookie cutter in the shape of the Hendrix Warrior logo. When printed out, it should look like this on the print tray. This is for scale. Hope you find this helpful and are able to use it as an excuse to make some cookies. Thanks for watching.